born in the US of A, United States of America, and I grew up in a Christian home, so I always went to church, and I always went to Sunday school, and I remember that the Sunday school teachers would always kind of have a board up in the Sunday school room, and they would have pictures of the disciples and tell the stories of Jesus, and we would learn about God, we would learn about Jesus. From a young age, I really felt, I believed in Jesus, and I believed that, not just that, he died on the cross and rose from the grave, and I also believed that I met him as a person, and met him as a friend, and, not just someone that, I hear about. I remember just praying as a little girl when I was 8 years old. One night I couldn't sleep, and I was just awake and tossing and turning in my bed, and I felt just that I just wasn't sure, if I really knew Jesus, if I really knew who he was. And so I was praying that Jesus would come into my life. I accepted everything. I would just ask him into my heart every single night because I wasn't sure if it actually worked. And then I felt like Jesus actually came and said to me, you only have to pray, once, and then you believe in me, and I'll have a relationship with you, and you'll have a relationship with me for the rest of your life. So I went out to my mom, and I was crying, and then just prayed, and then that was it. I never questioned it again after that. It was a difficult time. I mean, there were difficult times growing up, just like everyone else has. And so there were several splits in my home. So my mom was she married my dad, and then they were divorced when I was 2 years old. And then after that, she's been married 3 more times. And so there was a lot of just difficulties and a lot of troubled times in our household going through. And one of the things was I felt just always very distant from my father, from my natural father. So even though he was around, he was around for a while, and we would get together sometimes on the weekends, but then he actually moved to another state. The years just kind of went on, and I grew up and didn't really think about it, and actually I think in a lot of ways just started to fill that hole with other things in my life. So one of the things that I really enjoyed and have always enjoyed and really love is music. And I actually I always sang in the choir, but I started to play the clarinet kind of from a young age. And I had a music teacher that was very inspiring, and she just really, really believed in me. So she really helped me grow in my skills. And but what happened was it actually became something that I felt like could help prove myself. Because I didn't feel valued from my dad because I didn't grow up with him, and I felt distant in that relationship. And so that music and being able to perform very well and win competitions, it just felt really good, to actually be that good at something. And also our bands won state one year, and I mean that was a very, very positive thing. The relationships were really, really positive with the people, but at the same time, this became the source of my significance. This became the source of what kind of filled that hole that I had. So when I went to college, I ended up studying music. That was what I studied the first year that I was in college, and still, it was so intense, this program, because it was about 8 hours a day of music, performance, all of I felt so much significance even just being accepted into this program. So I just kept trying and trying. And I remember one time my music teacher was teaching a class of us, and he said, the only reason you should be in this program is because you love the clarinet more than anything else in your life. That's why you should be in this program. And I just thought immediately, I just had this thought come into my head, that's not true. The clarinet isn't even near the thing that matters to me most in my life. And so I knew then that I wasn't going to continue, at least to that extent, in the program. So I ended up minoring in music. And I decided to step out of the program. The significance, it was like a rug was kind of taken out from under me because I didn't have that significance anymore. And what I was doing in music, I was studying something else. And so then that hole kind of came back, and I had to try to, think of ways to fill it. So I really was leading like a partying lifestyle, just kind of going out and doing whatever I wanted for many months. And finally, during that time of partying, doing whatever I wanted, I felt like God, as a father, came to me and said that He loved me. And every night when I was going to sleep, He would come to me and say that He loved me, and I just kept hearing that He said that He loved me over and over and over again. And I was confused, because the way I grew up was that if you're doing something wrong, which I thought I was doing something wrong because I was just going out and partying every weekend, I thought, maybe God wouldn't love me if I was doing that. So I was really confused when I heard Him telling me that He loves me over and over. I thought, why are you telling me that you love me when I'm just doing exactly the opposite of what you always told me to do and what you want me to do? And then that verse that says, God demonstrates His love in this, that while we're still sinners, He died for us, just entered into my mind one night as I was praying. And I realized that God's love for me isn't based on anything that I do. It's just because He created me, and because I'm His daughter. And so He loves me regardless. It doesn't matter what I do. And that was really a turning point for me, because I felt truly loved for the first time. And I also started to realize that even though my father wasn't around when I was growing up, God is the best father that I could possibly ever have. And so then my value and my significance and who I was started to be transformed, and just started to become about who God says I am, which is His daughter. And also it became about God's love for me, because He showed up in my life and He told me how much He loved me. And when that really started to sink into my heart, it actually really transformed my entire life. So that the hole was filled, and also I just felt like I was loved in a way that I'd never been loved before. And so that changed my life, and I'll definitely say I've never been the same ever since.